You open the door for Choso and watch as he steps outside. The movement's tentative, like a new bird testing its legs. His wide eyes taking in everything, darting from one sight to another with a mixture of curiosity and awe. He probably retrained some muscle memory from the body he's walking, breathing as naturally as he's done it all his life. You can tell, you can't help but wonder how much of this would be under this world he understands for the remnants of the body previous life. You hope it's enough so that you don't have to explain every little detail to him. A gentle breeze stirs his long hair, and he closes his eyes, savoring a sensation. It's like watching a prisoner step into the light after years of darkness. But there's something more to it. A kind of wonder that's almost childlike, untamed by the harsh realities of the world. It's strangely beautiful, witnessing his first moments in the human body, the way he seems to be soaking in every little sensation. If only he knew the pain that comes with being human, well, half human, but he'll learn soon enough. A dull ache settles in your stomach, a bitter pain that you can't quite ignore. With the weight of these thoughts pressing down on you, you walk over to the car and open the door for him. Come on, Gan. Suddenly, a gust of wind scatters a bunch of flyers across the ground, and they land on your feet. A man rushes over, his face itched with panic. Grab the flyers. He leaned down, collecting a few of the scattered flyers. They're advertisements for a summer festival happening in a few weeks, with proceeds going to a charity for disabled people. A man reaches you, out of breath. Ah, thank you. You give him a cold stare before handing the flyers back without a word, already turning to leave. Wait, please visit us at the festival. No. Your voice is sharp, final without another glance. You get into the car and start away quickly. You never understand why people are put on these charades, pretend to care for others when it's clear they don't. Non-sorcerers, especially, are a breed defined by their cruelty and violence beyond redemption. Choso's gazes out the window, memorized by the border of passing ceremony. The colors are vibrant, so alive, unlike the predictable darkness he had grown accustomed to. Everything feels new, yet oddly familiar at the same time. He isn't sure why. Perhaps these sensations came with the body's memories implanted in the flesh. That must be why knows he's inside a car. Why the words on the sign make sense to him without any conscious effort. He shifts his gaze to the woman driving. She's the first human he's seeing and feels like what feels like a eternity. It's something within the body stirs wherever he looks at her. A sensation he can't quite place, an inescapable pull that draws his attention to her again and again. The body offers no explanation for a strange feeling. Maybe it's because her face was the first thing that he saw when he opened his eyes. She looked like he searches for his mind for the word, but comes up empty. What is it? Huh? You're staring. Is that bad? This body offers him no explanation. Seems like it won't help him with everything. She's silent for a moment, her expression unreadable. Then she mutters, almost to herself. So you don't know everything, great. She glances at him, her eyes briefly meet his. Some humans consider staring at someone else rude, especially if they do it to strangers. Oh, how strange. Staring seems like such a harmless thing. The car makes a turn, and they enter a bustling area. Choso's eyes widen as he takes in the throngs of people moving through the city center. It's overwhelming, so much activity, so many people. She glances outside. Her face is impassive as before, as this chaotic scene is nothing out of ordinary for her. But then her expression darkens, a shadow passing over her features. A piece of advice: do not get close to them. Humans will mock you, even hurt you, if you behave or look differently from them. Choso shifts his attention back to the people outside. Some are laughing, chatting, their faces lit with smiles. They seem harmless, even joyful, but there's a nagging feeling in the back of his mind, something instinctive, warning him that it's not as simple as it appears. Why? They're just how they are, cruel for no reason. There's something unsaid, a layer of meaning he cannot quite grasp. She doesn't seem very fond of other humans. It feels like the truth she's withholding, something deeper than he isn't yet meant to understand. But there's also a sense of pressing the matter would be unwise, so he remains silent, absorbing her words in complex world outside the window. You arrive at Geto's current base, its unassuming place designed to blend in, just like all the others. The locations are always changing, a precaution to avoid drawing too much attention. You only gather when necessary, when something important is at stake. Follow me. We Choso through the entrance, pushing open the door to reveal a dimly lit room, with a bar at the far end. At the corner, his brothers linger, their twisted forms even more grotesque in person than you imagine. You can't help but wonder how Choso ended up looking so different from them. Older brother! Choso freezes up in the doorway, his shock evident. The raw emotion in his face is impossible to miss. His eyes widen, taking in their forms a mixture of disbelief and something softer, recognition. Perhaps despite those monstrous appearances. They rush to embrace each other. Choso, your hair is falling all over your face. Elsa, help him! Elsa, the more human-like of the two, swiftly produces a pair of elastic bands and, with a practiced ease, pulls Choso's hair into two pigtails. Much better now. You watch them from a distance, leaning against the door frame, with a strange family. Their story, from what you heard, is a tragic one. You pity their poor mother. Yet, here they are, smiling, caring for each other, like other family. Even half curses, it seems, can be kinder than most humans. A door opens and Gale approaches with his usual model entourage. Goj, Han, Nami, and Hayato, traveling behind him like shadows. You bow your head as he draws near. He did well. Perhaps the board game. Pair the board game while I talk with them. It won't take long. Yes, sir. He approaches the birds with a kind smile. I'm glad you could join us, Choso. I'm sure you'll be confused. You must be confused. I'm going to explain everything. Go gestures for the brothers to follow him to a nearby room. Over here, please. As on Kenshitsu immediately follow, but Choso hesitates. His gaze lingers on you. His hair, now tied up in two awkward pigtails, distracts you more than it should. There's something more endearing than the way it softens his face. Do you think I think humans would accept my brothers? His question catches you off guard. You follow his gaze to where his brothers just disappeared. Memories of your own childhood flash before you, of being mercilessly bullied, with your ability to see curses for being different. One of his bars, Kinsu, peeked back out from the room, his hollow, blood-dripping eyes unsettling even for you, someone who spent their lives surrounded by curses. Choso, are you coming? You know the answer Choso's thinking, and the truth is as bitter as it's simple. No, they'll never be accepted. Choso nods slowly, the weight of your words settling on him. Without another word, he turns and follows his brothers into the room, leaving you alone with your thoughts. You lay out the board game on a low table, methodically setting the pieces in place while Geto works his magic, convincing Choso and his brothers to join the cause. Remember when Geto did the same for you, he didn't have to try hard. Your whole life had been one long stretch of isolation bullied relentlessly for seeing curses, abandoned by your family, while everyone else turned a blind eye. Those words were everything you needed to hear. A lifeline, a world where Jujutsu sorcerers don't have to hide anymore. A world where you're determined to help create. The door clicks shut behind you as Geto exits the room. His usual calm smile is placed in place. It's unnerving confidence. The way he always seems in control. That's reassuring as you. How did it go? They'll join. They're discussing it among themselves, but their decision is clear. He walks closer, his smile softening just slightly as he leans in, his voice dripping to a tone only you can hear. As I expected, they're expendable. All three of them? Yes. A pain of disappointment tugs at you. It's a shame, really. The older one holds more value. Minato mentioned your type. Your thoughts drift back to Choso, and a hum of appreciation vibrates through your mind. He's not bad to look at. Geto's smile broadens, a glint of amusement in his eyes. If what we expect happens tonight, you know what to do. You may toy with him if you wish, just assure he doesn't do anything rash before the date. And make sure he trains properly. I can't afford to have him die too quickly. Yes, sir. As Geto moves away, you can't help but feel a surge of exhilaration. The sealing of Gojo Satoru is only 2 months away. The thoughts of finally transforming the world, of stepping out of the shadows into the light, fills you with thrill. You haven't felt in years. The future you long for is almost within reach, and the anticipation is intoxicating. Not long after, Choso and his brothers emerge from the room. Your eyes meet Choso's for just a brief moment before he turns his attention to Geto. Geto, we'll join you. Wonderful. As Minato mentioned, we need two people to retrieve Sukino's finger for us. Izo, Kinzu, how about you? They nod, and before Choso can say anything, Geto continues. His smile tingles with understanding. Choso, there's something else I need your help with. Choso wavers for a moment, conflicted, evident in his gaze, but he nods. You silently observe as the brothers bid each other farewell, not realizing this might be their last goodbye. Don't worry, we'll take good care of each other. See you soon, big brother. Take care, be safe. Their emotions, their bond, there's more to them than the average curse, more depth and complexity. A pain of unease tugs at you as you watch them leave. A small voice in the back of your mind whispers doubts. But you push it aside. This is for a important cause, and causes like this, one, demand sacrifices. After his own Kinzu, leave you Geto, Manito, and Chozo get around the low table where you already laid out the board game life. Gil explains the rules with his user patience, and Chozo quickly casts the game's mechanics, his sharp mind easily adapting. In the game, as the game begins, Kito's curiosity serves his questions thoroughly probing into Chozo's memories of his time inside the glass container. You seem to have a solid grasp of your curse technique despite being confined for so long. I had 150 years to analyze it. Mayata lets out an impatient huff, more interested in the game than the conversation. Come on, Chozo. It says you need to donate to the Art Institute. Pay up. Chozo sighs, his brow knitting in mild frustration as he places the money down. Human world is too complicated. This might seem that way at first, but that's why you two will be partners from now on. Gil gestures between you and Chozo. His smile was kind and reassuring as always. You nod, adding a playful link to Chozo's direction. I'll be your guide. I have no interest in humans. Miyato snickers. His grin widens with mischief as he looks at you. Yikes, good looking into his. You cut him off with a slip kick under the table, causing him to hiss in pain, shoot you Immerse glare. Hey, come on, you two. Can you please stop? His voice is calm, but there's no edge in a subtle fret woven into the gentleness of his voice. I definitely didn't do that, Jill. Minato huffs, crossing his arms and looking at you, while he offers a slight, unapologetic smirk before refocusing on the game. The game of life continues, the atmosphere gradually lying as you get a Minato engage in casual conversation. Chozo remains mostly silent, observing more than participating. His thoughts clearly wandering elsewhere. But then Chozo's hand freezes mid-movement, just as he's about to advance his piece in the board. The sudden stillness is powerful, and you immediately sense that something's wrong. What's the matter, Chozo? Minato continues to chatter, unfazed by the change in atmosphere, but you could see it. The tension in the Chozo's posture, the slight tremor in his hand. In a swift, almost violent motion, Chozo snaps his card piece in half, causing Minato to help in protest. Hey, don't break the pieces. My younger brothers died. The words hit you like a punch in the gut already. You glance at Gato, who seems more curious than concerned, his expression betraying his no surprise. You can tell. What's going on? It's one thing if he was fully manifested, but I find it hard to believe those two were killed by a single finger of cursed energy. A cursed spirit. It was Shikana. I guarantee it because it was Shikana. That's the reason why. Chozo's voice is steady, but his eyes, they're burning with something dark and terrible. Despair, rage, grief. It's all there, swirling just beneath the surface. Mito, meanwhile, is still muttering about the broken game piece, his irritation almost lively trivial in the comparison. Sir, do you want me to check? His phone beeps, and he glances at the screen. His expression remains calm, unbothered. No need. We just received a report. He looks up, meeting Chozo's gaze. Eizo and Kinzu were killed by the first years of Juzai. Adori, Uruji, and his group. Yay, my boy. You watch as the news sink in, as Chozo's eyes harden with a cold, simmering hatred. Yeah, sorry, I literally have a can't say it, but I literally have a Ruji Gamer Subs cup, and my glasses I'm currently wearing, which are blue screen glasses, are Yuji, based on Ruji. I actually have two versions, two. It's a moment you can see it's clearly his new purpose, the fire that drives him forward. Across the table, Miento grins stretches wider, a maniacal gleam in his eyes. Now Choso's still, definitely being committed to the plan, but for some reason, you can't bring yourself to smile. You walk into the bar, carefully cradling a steaming cup of ramen in your hands. The room is quiet, almost oppressively so. Choso went to the scene of the fight to oversee the disposal of the bodies, only to return to take the same seat as the table, unmoving and silent. The weight of his brother's death hangs heavily in the air, pressing down at him like a shroud. You need to begin your part of the plan, and it entails make Choso comfortable enough around you. Gale is just 40, and he didn't need much convincing. He approached Choso and placed a cup of ramen in front of him, setting the chopsticks neatly beside it. Steam rises in lazy spirals, drifting up towards the ceiling. Choso looks at you, his expression confused, his eyes hollow, more so than before. For human bodies to operate at their best, they need a few things. You hold up your hand, taking off each item on your fingers. Food, water, sleep, exercise, and sunlight. If any of these are unbalanced, it might make you feel like crap. Why are you telling me this? You sit next to him and lean closer, watching as his eyes follow your frame. Besides, because if we want to avenge your brothers, you need to remember that. You might not want to be human or behave like one, and that's fine, but you have a human body now. So you need to take care of it if you want to accomplish your goals. The truth is, you don't really care about his goals as long as they align with Geto's plan. Choso stares at the cup of ramen. His stomach growls audibly, and a laugh slips out before you can stop it. Why are you laughing? You shrug, trying to suppress your grin. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. He looks at you, like you were a strange creature he can't quite figure out, then shakes his head. He grabs the chopsticks, fumbling with them awkwardly, before finally managing to lift a noodle in his mouth. As he chews, his eyes widen slightly. This is his first time eating in a human body. It must be a tense experience. You watch him fascinated. He catches you staring. His expression returns to its usual monotony. Didn't you say staring was rude? The corners of your lips quirk in a playful smile. Touché. You hold his gaze deliberately, teasing him with your eyes. His cheeks widen, and he quickly looks down at the ramen, as if it was the most interesting thing in the world. Your smile widens. He's frustrated so easily. Toying with him is going to be fun. You lightly tap his arm. Eat up. When we're done, we're going to take care of another basic human need. He leans in slightly, your voice dripping to a whisper. Sleep. The woman leads him to a building, then an elevator, to a spacious room. His mind supplies the world apartment. The space is open, with a kitchen blending seamlessly into the living area. A large window frame and that bustling city outside, its noise muffled but ever present. It's not big, but it should be enough for two of us. You consider telling her that it's far bigger than the glass enclosure he was trapped in for so long, but he keeps the thoughts to himself. He's still trying to figure out what might make her laugh at him again. These human nuisances are too complicated, too unpredictable. She guides him through the apartment with the air of someone trying to sell a new home. He trails behind her, silent, observing her words, but not fully comprehending their significance. There are vague expressions, fleeting memories borrowed from the body that hint at how some things work, but mostly there remains cloaked in shadow. They enter a small room with 2 beds positioned near each other. You sleep on that one. I'll sleep here. For now. Every time she uses the low tone, his face warms up uncontrollably, even though he doesn't fully understand what she means. It bothers him that he can't control this body's reaction. He's wrestling with this frustration. He realizes she's showing him something else. And here are some basic hygiene products. And a towel. Do you know how you take a shower? Yes. The lie slips out before he can stop it. He has only the faintest idea of what a shower entails, a distant, foggy recollection that doesn't quite reach the surface. But he doesn't want her help. He's just a pawn in her boss's plan, and he's determined not to form any deeper connections with them. Her eyes him with expression, and something stirs within him, emotion that he can't name or understand. It's one more thing to add to the grounding list of unexpected feelings, and that's have plagued him since getting this body. She hands him the towel and soap, then turns towards the other room. Come with me. Choso follows, uncertain why he obeys her so easily. He could refuse, only retreat to the company of other curses where he belongs. Yet for some reason, that bed on their room had seemed oddly inviting, almost as if they were calling to his tired body. Maybe he'll stay just for a night, then leave tomorrow. He'll tell Gato that he prefers to be with Earth's curses because that's where he is, no matter how human he may look. The woman fills with a handle, and the water begins to pour out. She explains how the object is for warm water. Again, it all seems unnecessarily complicated to him. Why not just use water as it is? And why does he even need a shower? His voice is the question out loud. My sense of smell is pretty sharp, and since we're sleeping near each other, do me a favor and take a shower, will you? She then walks him through the basic moving clothes, using soap, shampoo, and conditioner. That's all very straightforward, but as she talks, he seems his face heating up again. Why does it keep happening? I know that already. Alright, just making sure. If you need help, let me know. His stomach flips, yeah, again. For what seems like 100th time today. He doesn't understand how she manages to act such reactions from this body so effortlessly. She smiles and leaves, closing the door behind her, and he's left alone. He strips off his clothes and catches a glimpse of himself in the mirror. His reflection stares back, undeniably human in appearance. Even the strip of his nose could pass as something natural, something that might belong in the world. But his brothers, they never had that luxury. How could he have lost them so quickly? He should have gone with them to retrieve Shuken's finger. Now all they can do is avenge their deaths. Adidori and his friends will pay for what they've done. No, he won't. He's my baby. Masai. He steps under the steam of water. I adopt him. The moment it touches his skin, his eyes widen. In surprise, the sensation is pleasant. Far more pleasant than anything he has ever experienced. Why hadn't the woman mentioned how good it would feel? Choso spends an unusually long time in the bathroom. Just as you start to wonder if he slipped and cracked his head open, the door swings open, releasing a thick cloud of steam. You barely have time to react before Choso steps out, completely naked. Instinctively, you look away, but your eyes can't help but dart back for another peek. Choso, where are your clothes? You can't just walk around naked. Why not? Is this body shameful? Despite your better judgment, you gaze betrays you, lingering on him longer than it should. He hadn't realized before just how defined his muscles were, each one standing out with a precision that's almost distracting. That's not it. It's just a human thing. The only people who are supposed to see you naked are those you're intimate with. Intimate? You hum thoughtfully, casually inspecting your nails, as if this conversation is nothing out of the ordinary. Intimate means someone you share special moments with, someone you let get really close enough to touch, close enough to feel everything. He glanced up and catch the moment his expression shifts, his composure faltering as he flinches and swallows hard. But if you want, before he can say anything else, Choso hastily retreats back into the bathroom, his footsteps almost stumbling in his rush. You chuckle quietly to yourself. This was too easy. Despite the heat creeping into your cheeks, you push it aside. It's just a game. After all, there's no way it'll affect you beyond simple amusement. After what feels like forever and several rounds of explaining human social norms to him, finally settling down on your bed. Tomorrow, you begin training to master your curse technique in this body. It won't be long before you avenge your brothers. He hums softly, staring up at the ceiling, suddenly lost in thought. It feels strange, lying so close to a man you barely know. But after years of working with curses, even sleeping in the same vicinity of them, and staying alert to avoid getting killed, this is surprisingly easy. Good night, Choso. You close your eyes, ready to drift off, but you can still feel his gaze on you. It's like a tangible weight pressing on your awareness. He probably thinks it's fine to watch you as long as you don't notice. I know you're staring. You crack one eye open, just enough to catch the sight of his wide eyes, a faint blush coloring his cheeks. It's even worse to stare when someone's sleeping, by the way. Embarrassed, he quickly turns his back to you. His small smirk tugs at the corners of your mouth as you close your eyes again. The room finally settling into a comfortable silence. Where can I train? Oh, by the way, I'm gonna make it so I stop around the NSW scene. So yeah, if you guys are already watching this so far, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the. Then yeah, I won't see you guys next time or anything. I think I just did, but yeah, I'll probably end it when there's an SFW. Those are the first words at Choso's mouth when he wakes up the next day. From the moment on, a obsession takes hold of him, a all-consuming drive to master his curse snake and learn to fight in this new body. Nothing else seems to matter. You take him to the abandoned gymnasium where his transformation took place and let him train to his heart's content, while you quickly work on your laptop nearby. Days blurred together, each one a mirror of the last. Testing him became your daily source of amusement, a little game to see what will make him blush next. His remains distant and cold, his focus always elsewhere. But you don't mind. I shall probably just edit the NSW parts out and then continue after, like I did with the Gojo one. I don't know. I have to see. He's already fulfilling Geto's wishes, which frees your concentration on preparations for the sealing. Every day ends the same, with Choso finally exhausted in himself. The two of you return to the apartment. There he sits on the sofa, staring blankly at the window as if lost in a world of his own. His only request is a couple noodles, and you don't argue. It's cheap, and he doesn't seem to care about anything else. This routine continues for a week, with you focusing on your daily task while he grapples with his grief in the only way he knows how. Then one morning, he could barely get out of bed. He stumbles into the living room and drops down on the sofa, groaning. What's happening? You pushed your body too far. Sweetheart or shookums? I'm gonna just go with sweetheart. Sweetheart. His cheeks flare up in a beautiful red, spinning like a wildfire across his face. He quickly averts his gaze, and you can't help but smirk that formed on your lips. He shakes his head lightly, as if trying to focus. Why didn't you tell me this could happen? You didn't ask. He falls silently, processing your words. When he tries to move, he hisses and the pain escapes him. What do I do? You lax, so to your half-curse, you should recover quickly. You glance at him, noticing how painful he looked, stumbled on the sofa. With a sigh, you head to the bathroom and return with some leaf patches. Where does it hurt? He indicates his back, and you instruct him to take off his shirt and sit down beside him. You begin to apply the patches. Your fingers gaze his skin as you work. His back is strong, the muscles taut and defined, and you can see he's shirtless. You've seen him shirtless before, but up close, the details stand out in a way that you haven't anticipated. The growth of his skin beneath your fingernails, the warmth of his skin beneath your fingernails feels like even better than you have imagined. You almost instinctively, your fingers trace the shape of his trampoline. Sending the shiver through him, he pulls away slightly, his face flustered in a deep red. It tickles. You smile softly. This feels different from your usual teasing. His reaction stirs something in you, something that tugs at your heart in a way that you haven't expected. Realizing what's happening, you clear your throat, pushing the distracting thoughts away. It's done. You should feel better soon. He nods and quickly moves away, putting a distance between you. We usually say thank you when someone does something for us. He stops, turns to you, his eyes as lifeless as ever. Thank you. His voice is low, void of emotion or gratitude. You shake your head slightly, but let it go. He returns to the sofa, resuming his habit of staring out the window. It became a routine, a ritual that mirrors how he must have stared at nothingness when confined in the glass veil. You used to let him do it without concern, but now the sight unnerves you. There's something too hollow, too empty about the way he does it. You hand him a tablet. Here, watch something. Oh, tablet. I was thinking it's like, oh, medicine. I don't want to learn about humans. You can learn about new fighting techniques look from this. Look. You create up a martial arts video, holding it in front of him. Reluctantly, he shifts his gaze to the screen. Slowly, as the video plays, his eyes widen, the spark of interest rekindling. For now, it's enough to pull him out of his trance, offering him something new to focus on. Choso doesn't want to learn about humans. After all, he's a curse, and humans are supposed to be beneath his concern. But when the martial arts video ends and other videos start playing, he can't look away. Some videos show beautiful places that stir something deeper within him. Others make him want to laugh in spite of himself. And there are some with music that seem to smooth the hollow ache in his chest. Certain songs pull at him with a strange urgency, compelling him to listen, to repeat, until the lyrics implanted themselves in his mind. The whirlwind of emotions these videos unleash often leave him exhausted, but it's better than being trapped in his head all the time. Days pass, and he finds himself glued to the screen, watching video after video. With each one, he feels as though he's slowly unraveling the mystery of the woman's behavior. His reaction seems less strange, her quirks less baffling. He learns that when she uses that low tone of his voice, she's flirting with him, something humans do when they are bored, trying to get something, or interested in being intimate. He's certain it's not the last one. After all, he's just a curse, and she probably is just bored. Still, he figured it's important to understand her, especially since she never leaves him alone. He expects it's on Gato's orders, a way to keep him from going after Inadori. But oddly enough, he doesn't really mind her presence, even with the constant flirting. According to some of the videos, they are roommates for some reason. Humans find these words amusing, though he can't quite grasp why. He still longs to live among the other curses, where he truly belongs, but as his roommate pointed out, as he confirmed firsthand, this body needs rest to function properly. And for now, this body is good for that. This place is good for that. He watches a cat video with a new scent lifeless for the air, making his stomach rumble in response. The smell is warm, inviting. She's cooking. He hasn't been interested in trying her food before, but now he can't ignore the pull it has on him. He wanders over to the kitchen, silently observing the way she chops and mixes ingredients with practiced ease. She doesn't acknowledge him for a long moment, and then she speaks. Do you want to try some? Can I? Of course. She holds up a piece of chopped food near his mouth, waiting patiently. Choso hesitates, then leans forward, taking the food from her fingers. The taste is surprisingly pleasant, and she seems pleased by his reaction. He quickly looks away, feeling his cheeks heat up, and he still can't get used to her. Can you help me make the rest? I don't know how. I'll show you. She guides him through each step, her voice calm and steady. He follows her instructions, and the simple act of cooking together brings a sense of peace he hasn't expected. He knows that she seems pleased with his efforts, which in turn makes him feel lighter somehow. He doesn't fully understand why her approval matters to him, but it does. Maybe it's just another human thing. Her hands brush against his, and his stomach flips again. He's tasked internally, frustrated by his body's uncontrollable reactions. He doesn't mind her touch, but he wishes he could control his response better. Even all the training hasn't helped him with that. As they work, she begins to hum a familiar tune, one that sends a flicker of recognition for him. That song. You know it? It played while I was watching fighting videos. She hummed softly, as if not entirely convinced. What other songs do you know? Oh. A small urge of happiness swells up inside him, and he hurries to grab the tablet. Here. I really like this one and this one. Oh, this one as well. She leans in closer, and the heart skips a beat. The sensation catching him off guard again. He's an iPad baby. Nice. Why don't we make a playlist? A what? She smiles and shows him how to do it, her fingers moving deftly across the screen as she explains. She's so close that he could feel her warmth, and his heart pounds again, even harder, almost painfully. There you go. Now, just add the songs you like. He stares at the screen as the words Choso's playlist displays on the top. It's such a simple thing, but seeing his name there fills him with a warmth that spreads his chest to every part of his body. For the first time, he feels like he has a personality, something more than just being a curse. As she just finishes cooking, He continues to add songs to the playlist, carefully choosing each one. He wonders if she'll like the others. When they're finally sat down to eat the meal they prepared together, he takes a bite and closes his eyes, savoring the taste. A soft sound of contentment escapes his lips, as he hasn't known something as simple as eating could feel this good. His roommate watches him with a small smile, one that isn't mocking or teasing. There's something different in her expression, something that stirs a new feeling in him. He finds himself wanting her to keep looking at him like that, as if her gaze has become as essential to him as food, sleep, and warm showers. Maybe if he watches more videos, especially those about cooking, she will give him more of those looks. Or maybe, just maybe, he'll understand why it matters so much. Just try it. If you don't like it, you can throw it in the trash. Just his eyes. The ice cream cone with suspicion. His brows frown as he's trying to solve the complex puzzle. As if he's trying to it's like, what is this? It's cold. After training, you stopped at a quiet little ice cream shop near the apartment, an old-fashioned place run by an elderly lady, with only a handful of customers coming and going. He dips a small spoon into the ice cream and hastily takes a bite. The transformation is immediate. His eyes line up with the surprise and delight, and before you know it, he's devouring the ice cream with an almost childlike favor that makes you smile, despite yourself. Cute. It's almost a word you never expected to associate with him, but it keeps surfacing every time he does something like this. There's a gentleness to him, a quiet humanity to his actions that's quite more endearing than curse-like, though you never tell him that. Especially when he's proving that he's more human than most. He closes his eyes, savoring the flavor as if the most incredible thing he has ever tasted. You shake your head lightly, glancing around the street. A few passerbys cast curious glances at him, but no one lingers. As you watch him enjoy the simple pleasure of ice cream, your mind drifts back to Gal's words. So, Choso is expendable. Conflicting notions stir within you. You know it's for the plan, but for the greater cause, but the thoughts of him dying leaves you bitter taste in your mouth. You can't help but plan it, but perhaps you can at least show him how good life is before his will end. I see, I told you it's good. Try some. Try mine. You offer him a spoonful of your own ice cream, and he leans in, his face suddenly very close to yours. Your heart skips a beat, and unbound thoughts of kissing him flash through your mind. You're intensified, you're flirting, but he still doesn't seem to grasp the hints. I wonder if he ever will. Is there more? You already finished yours? Yes. A soft chuckle draws your attention. The old lady behind your counter is watching the two of you with a warm, knowing smile. Your boyfriend sure loves ice cream. You two can have another serving on the house. You don't usually accept anything from non-sorcerers, preferring to keep to your distance, but there's something about her that makes you hesitant. We don't want... Please. It'll make me happy. Accept. Puzzled, you accept her offer. Still wearing of her motivation, she grins, her face chickled with the kind of gentleness warmth you rarely see. You choose new flavors, and the lady gives you both a generous serving. You can't help but wonder why she's being so kind. Maybe the ice cream is about to go bad and she needs to get rid of it? Probably not. She's probably going, oh, this is a cute couple. As you eat, you notice the lady's eyes linger on yours. You're not in the mood to small talk, so you ignore her, focusing instead on the cold treat in your hand. Why did she give us free ice cream? Is that a thing? Blake overhears and chuckles softly, her voice carrying a hint of nostalgia. You two remind me of me and my late husband. He loved ice cream and would close his eyes in bliss every time he ate it. The flavor he chose was his favorite. She pauses, her gaze distant for a moment before focusing on you. I hope you two have a nice and long life. Her words laced with such genuine kindness, stirring something within you, a tightness in your chest that you can't quite shake. You offer a small, almost hesitant nod of acknowledgement, then turn and walk out of the store. The warmth of her blessing lingered uncontrollably in the back of your mind. She didn't seem threatening. Don't be fooled. Appearances can be deceiving. Do you think she'll treat us badly if she knows what we were? Yes. That depends on the person. But the truth is, you don't know for sure. And that certainly galls at you. You learned not to take chances with humans, and you're not about to start now. Why didn't you correct her when she said I was your boyfriend? It was too much. It was too much work. Does that bother you? I don't care. You lean closer, your voice dripping into a teasing tone as you flutter your eyes at him. Does that mean I could call you my boyfriend from now on? No. Aww. You put a hand dramatically over your chest, making hurt. Ouch. You walk a few steps in silence and playfully banter, handing in the air until the thoughts strike you. Wait, do you even know what boyfriend does? He looks away. A telltale sign that he doesn't, and you can't help but chuckle, and you know he will look it up as soon as he gets back to the apartment. A few days pass, and you find yourself waiting as Choso's trains. The heart still oppressive, though not as brutal as it was in the start of the summer. You come prepared, bringing along a small electric fan to battle the warmth. It almost feels like you set up a makeshift office here, laptop out, a mattress in the corner for quick naps. This abandoned gym has become a second home of sorts. It's so hot, you're hallucinating. Imagining Choso's soft lips against yours, his long hair brushing against your skin as your body is intertwined. Can you spar with me? You slowly lift your gaze from your laptop, the vein broken. I can only prove more with a partner. You can't help but wonder if you picked up on that up from one of the fine videos. It wouldn't surprise you. He improved slightly since starting to watch those as a fighter and as a person. He talks to you more now, shares the new songs he added to his playlist. It's almost like living in one of those slice of life movies, something you never experienced before. There's an odd sense that, in his own way, he's teaching you about human experiences, and you are not quite sure how to handle the emotions that follow. You don't want that to end, but you know it's inevitable. Alright, let's spar. You grab your ropes, letting them snake around your forearms, and rest like loyal companions. As you prepare, you notice this way Choso tenses, his focus sharpening. You observe his training enough to know his curse technique, giving you the edge he doesn't yet have. What's with you giving me that? What will you give me if I win? You fling the ropes to scatter the breeze, launching the objects around him. He counters with with piercing blood, shelling the projectiles with practiced ease. I have nothing to give you. That's not true. You move quickly, closing the distance between you, and exchange blows. He blocks your attacks with skill, and you manage to get close enough to whisper in his ear. How about a kiss? He spars, jumping back as if your words burned him. Can we please focus? Oh, I'm not the one who needs to focus, sweetheart. You shudder nonchalantly, drawing this attention to your bare arms. His eyes widen in realization. Just as the ropes begin to coil around his legs, he shoots blood at them in desperate attempt to break free, but he's too distracted. You use the opportunity to bind his arms, and to first knot forms, you activate your technique. Blinding whisper. The ropes pulse with a soft glow as your technique takes hold. Relax, Choso, you're tired. You hear him gasp as your voice echoes softly in his mind. He tries to use his blood to coat his skin, to destroy the ropes, but it's too late. You're removing, cutting your arms like obedient servants. He watches Choso slowly pushes himself up from the ground. His skin marks with the rope burns. Oh, the red lines crisscrossing his body. They look more like they look good on him. Good on him, too good. Does it hurt? No. His voice wavers, and you can tell he's still feeling the effects of your mind control. The pain of guilt tugs at you. Perhaps you went too far, too fast. To make amends, you pull out some ointment from your bag and hold it out to him. Here, for the bruises. The bruises? He glanced down at his body, noticing the marks from the first time. His glaze flushed a deep red. Oh, help. Do you want help? He hesitates, then gives a small, delicate nod. You push him, dipping your fingers into the balm and gently applying it to the skin. You trace the rope marks with deliberate care, your touch lingering just enough to make him shiver. His eyes lock on yours, a mixture of confusion and something else in his gaze. When your eyes meet, he inhales sharply before quickly looking away, his cheeks burning. What was it? What do you keep doing this? Doing what? Caring for me? You blink, momentary caught off guard. You're not caring for him. You're just ensuring he stays in good shape. So the plan works perfectly, that's all. You cut out the thoughts off before they can spiral any further and offer him a smile. I'm just like doing it. His face flushes deeper, and he shakes his head as if he doesn't quite believe you. Then, after a moment, he adds softly, "Thank you." Intense warmth spreads for you. The need to touch him, to bring him closer, neatly overwhelming. It feels like it could swallow you whole. You sigh, rubbing a hand over your face. Toying with him was irritating at first, but now the carving you're feeling is anything but. It's discreet. To distract yourself, you turn your attention to the ropes, running your fingers over them and noticing they're starting to look brittle. That can happen, especially if you're going to keep training with Choso. Alright, need to buy some oil for my ropes. Let's go. Where are we going? You'll see. Actually, I think I'm just gonna end it. Wait. I'm just gonna actually end it here. If you like my content, subscribe, like the help out, and comment below. See you guys next time. This is like a good place. We're starting to have them fall in love, and I showed you at least hour and so minutes, and we got to see the scene with the ropes. So yeah, this is a good place to stop. So yeah, if you like my content, please subscribe, like the video, help out, comment down below. See you guys next time.